Hey, what's going on? My name is DJ Invisible, and welcome to the AMA Virtual Academy. Check it out. These are your DJ master classes. In this first class, we're going to go over some basic DJ scratching. We're going to use no crossfader, then we're going to use the crossfader, then we're going to incorporate that into a little bit of a beat. So let me go over first off, what exactly are we using for equipment? I personally have fallen in love with the Rain 12s and the Rain 72 mixer. It gives me that feel of vinyl, but I can show up to a gig, I don't have to worry about balancing tone arms. If I'm on a big stage, I don't have to worry about my needle skipping. I'm using Serato, so I've still got access to all my music. Super cool setup, and it still gives me that old school vinyl feeling. If you're a DJ and you're using a controller, I love this thing too. This is the Pioneer SRT. This thing has two platters that are the size of like a CDJ 1000. It's got buttons on it that you can set up all your cues. It's got loops. It's got sampling effects. So this thing is like really cool. And it's in such a cool, small little container there. Awesome, great setup. If you're using a controller of any kind, you'll be able to follow along with our DJ classes. Let me grab my shoe here so I keep my balance. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. In this class, we're going to start off with our baby scratch. The baby scratch is super simple. I'll do it a couple times to get you familiar, and then I'll give you a chance to go ahead and rock it out. So here we go. On your turntable or on your controller, you want to find a point, which is going to be like your cue point or your focal point. If it was an old school turntable, you would be using the needle. So you'd put some tape on it, and then you would, every time you pass by that needle, that point on your record with the needle, that's giving you your sound. So if you envision this as like a clock face, you've got 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I'll be using those references to tell you exactly kind of where you need to be with your hand and your record cue point, and then passing by your point on your turntable. So here we go. 12 o'clock, I've got my point on my record. I've got my hand at 9 o'clock. We're going to manipulate the record up to about 10, 11, we'll call it 10:30-ish, and bring it back, all right? So when the record passes that point, there's your sound. Bring it back, there's your sound. Bring it back, there's your sound. All right, so this is the basic building block of you scratching, okay? So your basic baby scratch, you're counting to 4, and you're bringing your hand back and forth on that record. So there you go. It's just a rub. There you go. You're rubbing back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Go ahead. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to incorporate our crossfader into that so that you don't get that backspin once you've finished your baby scratch. So here we go. Your crossfader, I spin hamster style. So crossfader off, crossfader on. Off, on. There you go. So if you think of your crossfaders as basic on-off switches, I want to let the sound in. I want that sound to be off so I can backspin and you don't hear it. So on, crossfade off, on, off, off, on and off. Letting that sound in, turn that sound off, just so that you get a clean feel to it. So we'll try it one more time. Off. Bringing that crossfader off. Crossfader off, you backspin back to your 12 o'clock position, and you get ready to do it one more time. So you're bringing it on, and so that you don't hear this, you're turning it off. So that is your basic baby scratch. With the crossfader, your 12 o'clock start point, your hand at 9, you go past it, you come back to it, you let the sound in, you turn the sound off. Super simple. We'll get our beat going. There you go. Now we'll try it without the crossfader, okay? fader, off. So next we're gonna move along a little bit more. We're gonna try another scratch. We'll try some scribble scratching, which is basically the baby scratch, but we're gonna speed it up a little bit, okay? So it's the same idea. You wanna get your record and your cue point on your turntable set up. So we're still using 12 o'clock. We've got our crossfader here. We're not gonna use it to start off with. We're just gonna do our scribble scratch. So it's just a little bit faster. So the scribble scratch is cool because it's also a scratch that you can use to bring in a record. Say you've got two songs that don't match up at all and you want to kind of slam something in, scribble scratch. We'll go on to actual mixing it in and using the scribble scratch in a mixing technique later. But first off, we're just going to work on incorporating this scribble scratch into your DJ routine. Just to get rid of that backspin noise when we're coming back to our first position here at 12 o'clock. Here we go. Turn it off, and off, and off, on, off. There you go. And if we incorporated music, scribble scratch. Very good. Very simple, super easy to work on and incorporate those into your DJ routines. Now, we've got a little bit of time left in this lesson, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to go to transforming. The transform scratch is super awesome. If you see somebody really working out with that transform scratch, you'll hear why it's called the transform scratch, because it's like the Transformers from back in the day. There you go. Transform scratch. Shouts out to all those old school DJs that made that so hot. Because back in the day, that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to get that transform scratch. So here it is, transform scratch with our crossfader. And basically what you're doing is you're letting in that sound and you're playing a song in your head. You're playing what you want it to be doing. Transform scratch with a little bit of drag. So, okay, so you got your transform, check it out. Then drag. So you're scratching, and then you got to get back to the one, drag, drag, cut, 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 drag. Check it out, DJ Invisible, AMA Virtual Academy. That's lesson number 1. Tune in, we've got lesson number 2 coming up. We're gonna beat match. We're gonna get some mixing on. Oh, we're gonna have a good time. Like the video, share the video. Tell everybody, AMA Virtual Academy, it goes down.
DJ Invisible. DJ Invisible. DJ Invisible. You're listening to DJ Invisible.